Hello and welcome to our channel Jit Ki Pathshala. Today we will discuss the remaining part of the lesson Environmental Geography. The topic for today is regional variation of environment. So let's begin without wasting our time. The environment itself is so vast and extensive that it is really a difficult task to identify it on a regional basis. So the term environment or the word environment is very vast and it is very difficult to separate it, or it is very difficult to identify it on a regional basis. Within the global system, the environment of a particular region does influence the environment of another region. It means if the environment of a place gets changed, then it will also bring some changes in the environment of some other region. That means if you bring any kind of changes in your environment, then it will affect or it will bring some effect to the environment of some other place. This has fairly been observed that no place on earth is self-dependent. That is, it has to depend on the different environmental conditions prevailed over that particular place. As we know that no any place is fully self-dependent. It has to depend on some other place or on some other countries. Similarly, in terms of environment also, to create a suitable environment, a place is not self-dependent. It has to depend to the prevailing conditions or to the prevailing environment of some other places, because we already came to know that if the environment of a place gets changed, then ultimately it will bring some effect to some other places also. If you have noticed, then sometimes without bringing any changes in your environment, you will see some changes in climatic condition, because that climatic condition has changed not because of your environment. The climate of your place has been changed because the environment of some other places has been changed. And when the environment of some other places will get changed, it will also bring changes to your place. Okay? This is being clearly evidenced from the varying characteristics of ocean currents, circulated wind and the running water. So you can see the example that when ocean currents are created or when the winds are especially created in the coastal region, it also brings changes to some other places. In fact, the environment has no specific geographical boundary. The environment of a particular place is closely interrelated to that of another place. So we already came to know that the environment does not have any particular boundary, is not it? So whenever the characteristics of an environment get changed, it will affect to some other places, as the environment of different places are interrelated. Example may be cited that the smoke and the ashes that came out during the eruption of Krakatoa volcano in 1883 AD covered quite a large part of global atmosphere, causing tremendous hazard, that means great damage to the living organisms. This can also be understood clearly with the given example of volcanic eruption of Krakatoa in 1883, which had led a great damage to the living organisms. Although volcanic eruption take place in a particular region, but the ashes and the smokes that comes out from such kind of eruption will reach to different places, even sometimes to some other country. So when the smoke and ashes reach to different places, it will also bring some changes into the environment of those places. So from here we have understood that the changes that occurs in a particular environment will also bring some changes to some other environment. On the other hand, we see that although the environment of different regions are closely interrelated, but the environment of a specific geographic region bears clear and distinctive characteristics of its own. So we have already come to know that the environment of two different places are interrelated. That means the environment of two different places are related to each other. Although the environment of two different places are interrelated, these places have their own clear and separate characteristics. For example, the environmental condition of the equatorial regions seems to be quite different from those of the polar region. Now you can see here the environmental condition of the equatorial region and the environmental condition of the polar region are totally different. In equatorial regions we enjoy hot and humid type of climate, but as we go to the polar region the temperature decreases. Although these two places, equatorial region and the polar region, these two have their own characteristics, but these two are interrelated. The environment of one place is interrelated with the environment of other place. That means the environment of equatorial region can bring changes to the environmental condition of the polar region, but it does not mean that these two places will have same kind of characteristics. These two places, that means the equatorial region and the polar regions, are interrelated, no doubt on that, but these two places enjoy different and clear characteristics of their own. Similarly, these conditions are found to vary from the arid generally means dry region, to the humid, most wet region. Similarly on this earth surface we can enjoy different types of regions. Some regions are very dry while some others are wet. The natural features of the high mountainous regions are quite different from those of the coastal regions. And if we observe the natural characteristics of the mountain, and if we observe the natural characteristics of the high mountainous regions and those of the coastal regions, we will see lots of differences. We observe these regional variations amidst the global environment, and if we look the characteristics of a mountainous regions as well as to the coastal regions, we will see lots of differences. Even the environment of these two places are also different. It is worth mentioning that the natural environment of a place or a region is being determined by a number of factors. So it is important to note down that the environment, the natural environment of a place is basically depend on some of the factors. Now let's see some of the factors which are responsible for the creation of a particular type of environment. These factors may be location, physiography, distance from the water bodies, altitude, climate, flora and fauna, etc. So these are some of the important factors which will determine the environment, the natural environment of a place or a region. These factors are found to vary from place to place, region to region, and thereby we see different types of environment over the global surface. So these factors are not equally distributed in all the places. As a result, we can notice different types of environment on the global basis. These factors are very much important, and these factors determine the natural environment of a place. And as these are not equally distributed in all the places, so the environment of different places are also different. In fact, the basis of the identification of the different natural regions over the earth's surface is the varying environmental condition that prevail over those regions. In fact, if we talk about how to identify the different natural regions of the earth's surface, it is on the basis of environmental conditions that prevail over those regions. That means on the basis of environmental condition, the identification of different types of natural regions are also determined. Every natural region has some specific characteristics of its own, and all the places of the earth's surface has some different characteristics of its own. That means no any two places are similar to each other. Each and every place, each and every regions are special of its own. This can be more clearly observed from the characteristics of the natural vegetation of that region, and the specific characteristics of a particular place can be noticed by observing the characteristics of the natural vegetation, that means the green plants of that region. Generally, the green plants that grown in any particular places make it different. The tall and broad-leafed equatorial rainforest, the thorny bushes of the desert and the semi-desert area, the grasslands and the coniferous of the temperate region, the mangrove of the coastal areas and the mosses and lichens of the tundra region are all different from one another due to different environmental conditions. Generally, the green plants that grow in any particular places determine the climate of that place. That means if we go and visit different parts of the world, in different climatic zones, we will find different kinds of plants. If we go toward the equatorial rainforest, we will see tall and broad-leafed plants. Similarly, thorny bushes are found in the desert and the semi-desert area. If we go toward the temperate regions, then grassland and coniferous types of plants are found. If we go toward the coastal areas, mangroves, similarly mosses and lichens are found in the tundra regions. And these all plants are different because of the different environmental condition. From here we can understand, based on the environmental condition of a place, the green plants grows in that particular place. And as two different places and two different regions enjoy different types of environmental conditions, so they also enjoy different kinds of green plants that grows there. But we have to remember one thing, that within one particular natural region we may observe the location variation. But we have to remember one thing, that within one region also we may have location variation. For example, our country India falls in monsoon region, okay? But the northeastern region or the Thar desert region in the northwest or the western Ghat regions or the Deccan Plateau as a whole bears different environmental characteristics, although located in the same country. So from here we have understood that although a country falls in a particular region, but it does not mean that entire region will enjoy same kind of climate. For example, it is written that the climate of northeast or the climate of Thar desert are totally different, although these are located in the same country. Similarly, in our Brahmaputra valley, the flat plain areas are different from the relatively elevated generally means raised or high areas under tea cultivation in Upper Assam. Similarly, in our Brahmaputra valley of Assam also, the flat plain area are little bit different as compared to the raised areas under tea cultivation in Upper Assam. Some of the important things that we have understood from here. First of all, the environment of a place can affect the environment of some other places. Secondly, we have also understood that the environment of two different places are interrelated. That means if the environment of a place gets changed, then it will also bring some changes to some other environment. After that, we understood that although the environment of two different places are interrelated to each other, these enjoys some specific type of characteristics of their own. But in some respect, the environment of two places are different because of their specific type of characteristics. After this, we have learned that based on the environmental condition of a place, the green plants grows in that area. That's why in different regions we see different types of green plants. And lastly, we came to know that although a country fall in a particular region, but the entire country may not enjoy same kind of climate. So this was a little bit about the regional variation of environment from the lesson Environmental Geography, and the remaining part of the lesson we will discuss in the upcoming videos. Thank you very much for watching our video.